How are Clix and Veno so good? And what does it take to be good in this meta? Clix has something special. His mechanics, his aim, his game sense is all there in order to make himself an FNCS Grand Champion. But today, we're going to be analyzing his gameplay and seeing if he is truly the best in NA Central. Today, we are doing a new series called Deep Dive with Ty, and it's going to be on Clix and Veno.
They get aggressed on due to Storm Surge, and they shine there for anybody that doesn't have maps. Clix is using the last little bit that he does have left. If whether or not can get the conclusion, and Veno does. But getting here, finds Stokie in the finish, and Veno wins the game.
All right, so we're watching Clix right now, and he does have an uncontested drop-off spawn, so it's not too interesting, so I'm not really going to show it, but what we're seeing right now is we're going to see the loop path of Clix and Veno. They do land standy steps, and they're going to be rotating to a surge spot right now, which is going to be where they're going to be able to grab those surge tags, obviously, and then try to get up on that surge leaderboard. That is the #1 thing that held Clix and Epic Whale back last season, but now they are actually going to be rotating quickly from sandy steps up to that surge spot on top of this mountain. You can see Veno's already actually up there. So you see right here, Clix is actually rotating up towards a surge spot. He's really trying to emphasize those surge tags. It looks like he does just get one right there, but he's gonna go ahead and try to get these surge tags on Aoxy and Jojo Fishy right now. He does get another crack right there. But what we're gonna see is he's gonna go to the top of this mountain, be the first one there, and then just start building some kind of surge base. And again, he's just going for tags. It's okay to trade surge right here. There is a lot of extra heals in the cacti that is around him, and there are a few chests right here as well. And another thing that we see in their strategy is that they do go for that forecast tower. You can see Clix is just always scouting. He's always looking for tags. It looks like the boss did just spawn. And one thing that we do see right here from Clix and Veno is Clix is actually here. And if we go over to Veno, he's actually on another surge mountain. So they are actually not together on a surge mountain. They're so confident with one another. They're actually split up trying to get those surge tags. So Veno's over here trying to do exactly that. He's trying to go for some surge tags on Zooks and then his teammate. I can't see who it was. So now they have forecast, and now they also have great surge, and they are going to continue to play from this top of the hill. This is a great spot to be. All right, so we're going to jump over here to 5th zone. I think a lot of players do struggle a lot with getting to 5th zone, and then from here, what do you do? And we're going to see Clix and Veno. What they're doing is, you can see the map right over here. They are right here, so there's not a lot of players next to them. They are almost on dead side. Dead side is going to be all the way north of Lavish area, but they are still on a very uncontested side. And what they're going to still continue to do is they have to focus on surge in these lobbies, these high elo lobbies, which is this is set lobbies. You have to focus on surge, and if you're playing an FNCS even round 2 or round 3, there is still going to be surge. So you definitely want to make sure that you are always grabbing surge at any opportunity you possibly can, and that's what he's doing right now. So they're both going to be rotating along this dead side. There is not a lot of players over here, and it looks like Veno and Clix did get themselves in a great position. Now remember, they did land at sandy steps, so they rotated pretty much along this left side of the map right here to get to where they are now. And now they honestly just have the freest rotate. It's only a matter of time before they go in there. 576 above surge. So that's exactly what you want to do at this stage of the game. You can see even right now, Clix is looking behind him, trying to find any kind of player near him to grab the eliminations. Clix and Veno right now, they're still looking up for some tags. And again, I want to look at the loot right now. So they're carrying the blue gatekeeper, at least Clix carrying a blue gatekeeper and a DMR, and Veno is actually carrying an enforcer AR and then the hammer pump shotgun. So they're both carrying scoped weapons that will be able to do damage from far. I think this is the combo that a lot of players do go with. One carries the enforcer AR, and then one carries a DMR. That's pretty much what a lot of these teams are doing. One can spray, and then one can deal that hard shot with that sniper. We do know Clix is very good with those scoped weapons. He has been for several seasons now. And you can see Zone right now, they do camp edge. And one thing that I want to pause right here and look is that you do see Clix and Veno, they just stop edge. And the reason they stop edge is because they know that 6 zone is a half and half zone, meaning that there's no point for them to go middle, which is why you don't see anybody in the middle of the zone here in this lobby. And it looks like for a lot of these players right here, they do actually get a very lucky zone. Zone actually pulled on congested side, which makes it super hard for Clix and Veno to rotate. So we're gonna go ahead and see what they're doing. And Islands over here as well, which means a lot of these players are gonna hit rifts. So you're gonna see what they're gonna be doing here in just a moment. All right, so zone has finally come, and they're gonna be able to pop that fizz and then use that ring right next to them, and they're gonna be able to bunny hop all the way to zone. So that was the easiest rotate ever, and because they boxed up on that ring, it just gave them the freest rotate, and now they're in. They didn't even get hit tagged a single time, and now they have metal to refarm, and it's absolutely free right now, and they're in a great location. So again, Clix is always looking for tags, even though they're 284 above in these lobbies. And in honestly, any lobby that you play and when there's Surge will always be continuing to tick. They have to get tags at all points. And you can see Zone right here, they still have a decent way to go. They're right here, and they got to get in zone. Right now, again, they're looking for tags. A lot of these teams are going to be early rotating. It looks like he does get an elimination, so he's going to be trying to grab that finish. But again, it all comes down to getting those search tags and then quickly grabbing those eliminations. So they are able to get some more tags just before rotating. And one thing I want to mention right there that a lot of players don't do, a lot of players who aren't at their level, is they don't invest mats. So a lot of players would have just not even built right there. They would have taken their chance to just run. It is so important. If you're a newer player to the comp scene, you have to invest in that. It is okay to build off your sides right there from the other players. You can see Rapid is just on their tail, but Clix and Veno are able to quickly counter any kind of damage by putting those walls up. All right, so now Veno and Clix are trying to find a good place to box up here, and they do get on low ground, which can be kind of sketchy. But they're going to be sitting right here, and I want to pause this video right here, okay? Because that right there is so important, what Veno just did right there. He actually just stared himself off, and because you have the nitro in the meta, if you use stairs, they cannot bust through those walls. So that's exactly why Veno used stairs there and did not use a cone. If he used a cone there, he was certainly going to die. You can see right here what he's doing. He's putting stairs down, and even Clix is doing it in his own box. They're putting stairs down. He even flips that one to the side just in case that team from behind does it, and he does. And you can see right now, he's perfectly fine, does not even take any damage because he had those stairs there. So use stairs. That's the #1 counter for the Nitro. The only counter for the Nitro is those stairs. Zone ended up pulling away from their box, so they still do not have zone right here. And you can see the location that they do have to go. We'll zoom in on Clix. They're right here, and they still have to go a decent way. So obviously we know from the zone pool that they are on the congested side. Every single player is pretty much on this left side, except for just about 6 or 7 players on this right. So this is the congested side, and we'll see here in a second how they plan to rotate this one. Looks like they're going to be smacking us up, trying to crouch their way up. There is a lot of players that are right here, and they're all kind of fighting, so they're trying to grab some extra stuff. Looks like they do. They stumble across an insane refresh and popping those extra nitro splashes. They're going to stare it off again. Using stairs is so crucial. And now they're going to be boxing up, getting shot from behind. Veno's going to be going ahead right now, and Clix right on his tail. And again, they're trying to stare off as much as possible. They're not even having the cone. They're using stairs. He was very intentional about breaking that cone and making stairs. Now they're going to be able to look down, tries to find a refresh. They do get very fortunate with the zone. But another thing that they did right there was they actually positioned themselves on a very high layer. If you are low ground, you are almost certainly going to get keyed with the nitro splashes. So they're on a high layer now when they're rotating, and they're boxed up mostly in metal, which is going to help out a lot. So it looks like Clix and Veno are actually going to rotate late here. Zone has started pulling, but they're going to wait a little bit until that zone is open for them. It's still not, any part of the zone is not on the map yet. It looks like Okus and Bucky are on height, so they're going to be popping those splashes and rotating probably under height is my guess here. Getting sprayed by height. Tries to find a good layer, which they end up doing again. They're keeping themselves on such high layers. That is the key to a successful team in this FNCS. Although they're second height, they still want to be high layers. So again, a lot of mat investment, lots of space being made from this team right here. They're 259 above Surge, so still need to worry just a little bit about Surge, and it goes away at 26 players. There's 29 right now, so looks like they're actually going to be most likely fine on Surge. But now it's all about getting a refresh. So Alex and Worthy are above them right there. Not going to be able to go for the refresh on them, though. And again, with the Nitro splashes, they could actually wait quite a long time before they can rotate. And another thing, they rotate late because they want to have other builds below them that are fully built so they can base up on top of them. So you can see this team right below him, right over here. They are based up. It looks like it's Snacky and McGee. I don't actually know that team, but anyway, they are based up on them because they late rotated and then they had a free fully built box that was already there, so they can now rotate and be safe in a great location. And again, they're still elevated, which is why it is so crucial. Going for a drop down, the high awareness right there. Does get tagged once, but looks like Clix gonna be popping some heals. He did get tagged in the back. And now they're going to be going down to a lower layer, but you get to see they're still not going down to low ground. They're still elevated. And it's not like they're doing anything special. We're not seeing like insane mechanics. We're not seeing like them, you know, piecing up teams or players or whatever. They're just staying ahead. And now they're actually going to low ground in metal. They're trying to probably find a refresh. You can see their mats are going down. Clix in trouble. Clix luckily grabs one. Rapid goes down as well. So both extremely low, but they somehow managed to pull it off. And you can see why going low ground is so chaotic in this season. The second they go to low ground, it is absolute chaos. You can see right now, they're again about to get jumped in on. So what they're going to do now is they're going back down to low ground. So now they're going back down to low ground, still trying to find some kind of refresh. The mats are not there. So if your mats are low, it's okay to go low ground. And you can see right there, I'll actually slow that down for you. That was actually really, really good key play right there. You can see what we saw right there from Veno. We'll slow it down just a little bit here as he's going to zone. So they're still actually on low ground, but what we're gonna see right here from Veno and Clix is they're low, but they see this player running in. So they don't even try to piece him up. They're holding their shotgun out, trying to grab the elimination, and they do. So now they're on low ground, and now they're gonna be hopefully trying to get back in, and they have decent mats at this point in the game. When you're in 12 so and you're in the final zone, having 400 wood is good. Veno with another elimination. Now it's Veno trying to solo clutch this one. Sees another one. And now he's going to be able to get himself on a higher layer. That's important right there. It's finally back on the higher layer. Just getting sprayed by Snacky on height. Yamso and Tayson right below them. Has no white health, so he cannot play any white health. Jumping up. And almost able to grab the elimination, but that's gonna be enough to knock them down. And now it's gonna be a 1v2, I believe. It was 4 players, so 1v1v2. Bucky goes down. Now it's a 1v2. Snacky versus Clix. Take that back. 1v1. Snacky versus Veno, not Clix. Snacky versus Veno. And with 17 HP, it takes a lot to have confidence to win this one. You can see right now he's just gonna wait it out. Not really too much there. grabs the elimination, and there was nothing special that happened in that game. That's why, like, it's not hard to win in this meta, especially if you have confidence and you know what to do. The biggest mistake they made in that game is when the 10th or 11th zone started hitting, they decided to go down the low ground. And although they were low on mats, that probably is a very, very tough play to go down to low ground, because again, everybody's running around psychoing. The better play for them would have been going up a layer or two, finding a refresh on low ground maybe, and then going from there, or trying to use the nitro splashes to then grab a refresh. But they were both down to honestly less than 10 HP, so this game was pretty lucky if either of those players hit any shot, or just one more player decided to go and key their box. Their match was over and they wouldn't have won this game. But luckily Veno was confident. Veno was able to win, get himself back on a higher layer, and take this one home for Clix and Veno. 1 out of 1 wins, a great play from them.